Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family. You know I love you, and I praise God for y'all. Y'all are cracking me up. I praise God for you. Listen, today's song is Encourage Yourself. Oh, I love this song. It's so powerful because every now and then life breaks us down internally. Do you not know that when you break down the etymology of the word discourage, it literally means to be shattered on the inside, broken on the inside. And when you are broken on the inside, I promise you, life will make you feel like there's no way you can overcome when you're broken on the inside. And so every now and then you've got to rebuild your internal infrastructure. Every now and then you've got to reconstruct yourself from the inside out. And so the song says, encourage yourself in the Lord. That's what David did at a time of deep discouragement and attack when everyone had turned against him. What had happened to him, it got in him. And then the Bible says he encouraged himself. He rebuilt himself in the Lord. That's the word I'm giving to everyone. And that is, you can rebuild yourself from the inside out. How do you do it? You do it in the Lord. You recognize the God above you is now within you. And when God is within you, God will give you the power to rebuild yourself from the inside out. God will rebuild you with peace, rebuild you with joy, rebuild you with faith, rebuild you with hope. And all of a sudden you will find yourself with something to look forward to in the midst of what you're going through. All of a sudden you will find yourself being refueled with a faith that will let you know God has the last word on you and your situation. And so here's what you do. Encourage yourself in the Lord. Don't turn from God, turn to God. And when you turn to God, God will rebuild you from the inside out. I made up my mind. I'm going to be encouraged, and I'm encouraging myself in the Lord. Do it from the inside out. Love you, Rickey. Have a great day.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir. Love you, Rickey. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 14 after the hour, y'all, front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump met for the first time Tuesday in their first presidential debate of the 2024 election, hosted by ABC News. The 1 hour, 45-minute back-and-forth coverage had a multitude of topics, including reproductive rights, inflation, and immigration, which took a left turn when former President Trump focused on peculiar reports about immigrants eating cats.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Terrible.
Now, we'll have a more detailed breakdown of the debate along with commentary from special guests later in the show today. Speaking of the presidential debate, the U.S. is remembering the lives taken and those reshaped by 9/11. Fresh off of that debate, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are both expected to attend 9/11 observances at the World Trade Center in New York and the Flight 93 National Memorial in Pennsylvania. In other news, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration will examine the potential harm to women of heavy metals such as lead and arsenic found in tampons. The FDA's action follows the July publication of a small pilot study that found arsenic and lead in organic and non-organic tampons. Now, the FDA lab study will mimic normal use of tampons to see just how much, if any, metals may be released into the human body during their use. Lastly, Mega Millions announced the tickets sold in Texas matched all 6 numbers drawn on Tuesday night, 1, 2, 16, 24, and 66, plus the gold Mega Ball is 6. Now, the winner now has a choice to make between receiving the full $800 million payout split
When was that last
across
number?
30 annual installments or a lump sum cash prize of $404 million.
What was the last number again?
Maria Moore. The last number was 66.
Oh, I got it, Brett. Oh.
Awesome. All right, Brad has a hot spot coming up next. What you going to be talking about, girl?
Coming up next in the hot spot after that debate, Taylor Swift endorses Kamala Harris. I got the deets up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Thank you, Dave.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, 29 minutes after the hour, y'all. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris in her debate with Donald Trump via Instagram post. She included a photo of her cat, which is a knock at Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance, who mocked childless cat ladies. And in the caption, Swift wrote, "I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate at Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and women's rights to her own body for decades. I've done my research and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make." So that is what Taylor Swift is doing. It's who she is voting for.
Man, them young
all right,
people.
y'all.
Special K, real quick. Quick, what do you think about that endorsement?
I think that's very powerful. She has 283 million followers on Instagram, millions more, all across the country. And, without saying, she said everything that needed to be said, and it was powerful.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And she has influence over a lot of young women in that 18 to 34 demographic that, are the lowest new registration of voters, I read the other day. So that's going to have an impact.
Absolutely. All right, y'all, moving on. Diddy has been ordered to pay $100 million to a Michigan inmate as a result of a sexual assault judgment. A judge issued Derek Smith with an award after Diddy failed to appear at a virtual court hearing. Smith requested a temporary restraining order, and the court granted his motion after Diddy failed to appear at the hearing on August 7th. Diddy, who has been hit with multiple lawsuits and criminal investigations over the past year, reportedly drugged and sexually assaulted Smith at a party in Detroit in 1997. The judge scheduled the payment to begin on October 1st and to be paid in installments of $10 million per month. That is a lot.
Ooh, really?
Diddy's legal team plans to have the judgment dismissed. So we'll see what happens with that. Anybody want to say anything about any of that? Probably not really. So we're going to move on. In a new interview, Beyonce confirmed that fans shouldn't be expecting to see her new music videos or any new music videos from her anytime soon. She notably did not create any music videos for either albums, Renaissance or Cowboy Carter. She revealed why in the interview, saying, "I thought it was important that during a time where all we see is visuals, that the world can focus on the voice. The music is so rich in history and instrumentation, it takes months to digest, research, and understand. The music needed space to breathe on its own. Sometimes a visual can be a distraction from the quality of the voice and the music. The years of hard work and detail put into an album that takes over 4 years. The music is enough. The fans from all over the world became the visual. We all got the visual on tour. As we all know, Beyonce has created some of the most iconic music videos of all time. So what do y'all think about her new decision to not do visuals or do videos and make people just listen to the music and her voice?
That's a hard decision because people like to see. After you make the song, then you're like, oh, let me see the video, see what it looks like and blah, blah, blah. And there's no video.
But that makes more people
enjoy the music. I mean, blind people they don't have no choice.
That make people go to her concert tour too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna say nothing.
You know what? We're gonna wrap up the hot spot on that note.
Leave that alone.
What you gonna leave alone, Gary?
Ricky, go ahead, girl.
Coming up next, we got. Okay. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. No, the time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU.
Hey, what up, man? Rock T up in here. It's time for another HBCU. No, we're going to always put a spotlight on our heroes and she-ros that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. Can we head on down to Claflin University, established in 1869. Shout out to them Panthers, baby. Shout out to the Claflin University Marching Band. Let's talk about one of y'all's former students. E. Roger Mitchell, actor extraordinaire, received his bachelor's degree in English and drama from Claflin. He became well known for his roles in The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Detective Sergeant Morris, American Woman, The Walking Dead, SWAT, Anchorman 2, Selma, All Eyes on Me. Man, I'd be here all night if I ran down all of his movie and television appearances. But I will say, he was Officer Ray on the homie Rickey Smiley sitcom. Yeah, baby. And oh, by the way, he also earned a Master of Fine Arts from City University of New York's Brooklyn campus. E. Roger Mitchell, another proud HBCU alum of Claflin University. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit us up on social media at HBCU. No.
You scared the hell out of the Alumni Association, all that damn hollering. Yeah, you know, woke all them old ass people up this morning.
Keeping it real,
Right.
son.
Y'all Rickey Smiley Morning Show. That's Mariah Carey. Hey, listen, it is time for the good, the bad, and the what the hell Wednesday. Maria, what you got? In good news,
Ricky, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu attended the Hampton Beach lobster roll eating competition on Sunday, and when one of the contestants started choking, he jumped in and performed the Heimlich. He gave the guy 4 to 5 compressions before first responders took over and helped free the stuck piece of lobster. The victim wasn't fazed, and as soon as his windpipe was cleared, he went right back to eating.
No, he did.
Paramedics, yes, he did.
High-ass lobster rolls.
Mm-hmm. Now, paramedics credited the governor with helping save the man's life. So that's what we got in good news, Ricky.
Yeah, well, my granddaddy got choked on some South meat and crackers one night, and Uncle Bruce Kane ran up that hall to save his life. I'll never forget that. So that's good news right there. Now, Brett, you got the what you got, the bad?
I do. Well, you probably heard of somebody saying that they have a bun in the oven when they're pregnant, but you probably never heard of somebody say they have a gun in the oven. Fire officials in Virginia were called to a home in the Richmond area when a homeowner reported that their oven had exploded. And when firefighters showed up, they found that the oven indeed had exploded and it had a handgun inside. Apparently, somebody turned on the oven, which heated up a loaded gun, and 5 rounds went off. Fortunately, no one was hurt, despite the fact that at least one of the rounds shot through the front glass. There aren't any further details on why the gun was in the oven or if the person who turned on the oven had put it in there. In a Facebook post, fire officials shared this life hack. When you place any item in the oven, it is easy to forget it's in there, which can lead to a fire or something worse when you turn it on. You should also make sure to properly store your firearms. Keep them somewhere secure, like a gun safe.
Yeah, that's what happens when Gary cook any damn thing in this oven. It just explode. Just all of the wrong food and the wrong measurements. We all, hey, y'all know we all gonna pack up something. We just gonna go over Gary's house and take over his house one day and just cook whether you want us there or not. Cause nobody has anybody ever been invited to Gary's house? Anybody ever been in there?
Nope. I get invited all the time.
Mm-hmm. What?
Ain't enough space around all them clothes and
I
shoes.
get invited all the time to go lay down and take a nap because I live far away.
Yes, I be feeling bad. Even though
you
I
went
have
over
clutter.
there?
No, I didn't go.
She didn't go, but she said she ain't gonna find nowhere to lay. But I mean, I can make room.
You got 37 chairs in there you can sit in.
I heard of all the chairs, but after all the stories and the sheets and stuff, I just don't know.
My kids.
She used to climb me all the time. She said, but no, I'll just go ahead and get home. I'm like, Brad, you could just come lay on the couch. I got a first find. I'm like,
right. All right, Special K, you got the crazy this morning.
Okay, so this is crazy. A 33-year-old man was sentenced to 4 months in jail for stalking after showing up at his ex's home. But he didn't just walk up to the front door. He shipped himself inside of a box to her address. Now, it's unclear if she somehow brought her inside or not, but he emerged from the box, threatened her with a gun, and then took off with the keys. Now, the man told the judge having himself delivered in a box was, quote, the only way to get in and get my stuff back. So the woman put a camera in her home after the box incident and caught him showing up at her place 3 times. The man claims he had permission for the visit, but the judge didn't buy it. So in addition to the jail time, the judge also granted the woman a 3-year restraining order. Oh. And that is the what the hell, but I don't know. I don't think that was so crazy.
Showed up in a box.
Yeah.
In a box? That's
cheaper than a plane ticket.
No.
You got to do what you got to do. I swear.
That's right.
I'm going to try that one.
The box, he jumped
she opened
out.
the box, he popped his ass out and ran in and got his PlayStation.
I'm stalking right now. I'm finna go up here to UPS and get in one of these boxes and go over there.
Come on now.
There's always gonna be one black lady gonna try to talk you out of it. What's she gonna say? No, don't do it, baby. What's she gonna say, Kay?
She gonna say, baby, just let it go. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You need to move on. You a nice young man.
She's saying that right before she tape it up, and
she gonna seal your ass up now, 'cause that's part of her job.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I was a random observer of the debate last night.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a Wednesday. I'm like, I'm rushing the days.
Yeah.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Y'all, people are saying he may have found the Lord. And I don't know, maybe you know the Lord, but people are saying he may have allegedly found the Lord. Who am I talking about? 50 Cent, y'all. They say, baby, 50 Cent is taking steps, honey, to drop his defamation lawsuit against his beautiful ex, y'all, Miss Daphne Joy. Now, they're saying, y'all, 50 and Miss Daphne, they welcomed the son Little Sire back in 2012. Now, according to the report, they're saying that the rapper turned mogul filed new legal documents, y'all, asking the judge, honey, to dismiss, y'all, the suit without prejudice. Now, Ricky, you always use that word, without prejudice. What that means, where it don't ever come back again or something like that?
That's a good question for Special K. Pretty, I always see that in, in what do you call it, pleadings. But I don't know what that means. That means turn your mic on.
Unequivocally.
Okay.
That means without prejudice means
directly and
unequivocally.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, good. And they say he filed his defamation suit against them, Miss Daphne, back in May, y'all, after she publicly, y'all, accused him, honey, of rape and physical abuse, y'all. Now, they say Daphne made those allegations back in a March 28 Instagram post when she scolded 50 Cent, y'all, for trolling her over her inclusion, y'all, in a separate lawsuit involving Diddy. Now, they said, quote, let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of raping me and physically abusing me, she wrote, y'all, in her post against her baby's daddy. Now, Daphne deleted the post, y'all, back in July to smooth things over, y'all, with 50 Cent and, honey, for the sake, y'all, of their beautiful son, Sire. So, hopefully they, get together. I mean, I thought at one point that they were just really the happiest couple on earth, but evidently, things change and what have you. But, honey, now he's going to drop charges against her. So, hopefully they get back together and they raise little Sire together and be a happy couple. So, we're going to see how this turns out. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, Halle Berry is speaking out. She said that, honey, she is shocked, y'all, that she remains the only black woman, honey, to win the Oscar for Best Actress. Now, Miss Berry told Maria Claire, she said, quote, I'm still eternally miffed, honey, that no black woman has come behind me for that Best Actress Oscar. She said, I am continually saddened by the years after years. She said, and it's certainly, y'all, not because there has not been nobody deserving it, She won the trophy, y'all, for Monster Ball, y'all don't recall, back 22 years ago.
Wow, what's that 22?
Okay, what did Monique win it for? I mean, she won it for Precious, but she didn't win Best Actress?
Supporting actress.
Yeah.
Because Gabby Sidibe was the lead actress, technically.
22
I thought Viola Davis or, what's the other one?
I don't know.
Who was in the Four Ladies?
Whoever it was, they didn't win, according to Halle. She said nobody won since her.
Who should have won was Angela Bassett should have won. What's Love Got to Do with It? Yeah. That was a major
and
robbery.
Viola Davis killed it in Fences.
Yeah.
Well, they not winning right now, y'all. So we're just gonna, keep them all lifted up in prayer, and hopefully somebody comes behind Halle.
And Gabby Sidibe won one.
Yeah.
No. She was the lead actress in Precious.
Yeah, but she did win a.
She didn't win an Oscar. Monique won for supporting actress in the same movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that turn out. Honey. Somebody's gonna come this year and win. Maybe Beyonce will win for
the movie that she wasn't in. That movie?
I seriously doubt that.
Renaissance. All right, in my final story, y'all.
Renaissance.
People are raving. Ricky, have you seen Mary J. Blige recently?
No.
They say, baby, people are raging Mary J. Blige. They say she's turning heads, baby, honey. Honey, in her tassel and her thigh-high boots. And some people say, honey, she may have a new BBL, which I doubt it because Mary J. Blige always had a nice figure and what have you. But they're saying, honey, people are raving, saying that she's looking amazing. She had these thigh-high boots the other day, honey. And they're saying, honey, her buttocks, honey, are looking amazing. So she's doing what she needs to do.
At her age, that's good. I mean, she look good anyway. She don't need nothing.
She sure don't.
Rick, Mary J. Blige is like your mama fine friend that she used to work with. And she
yes,
always
sir.
come over to the house and you had a crush on her.
Ooh, my mama had one work at Arby's. She had one that worked at Arby's. So did.
My mom used to work at the courthouse and he used to be
work at Arby's. Whatever. She didn't bring none of that roast beef home.
Well, congratulations on Mary J. Blige, honey, and her head turned itself. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is honeydew. On the high end, you say honeydew, and on the low end, you say beautiful fall green. That's your color for today.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got your wake-up call. Get up at 866-9-RICKEY. Let's go.
Here we go. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together. He woke you up this morning, slid you in your house. So it would be better. Wake up, encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on, tell her and just wake up.
Yeah, this is Avery out of D-Town. I'm telling the kids and the wife to go and, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, it's your favorite Facebook teacher coming to you, waking up, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Valdosta, Georgia. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Loud Lily, all the way from Des Moines, Iowa. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Tisha from Cleveland, wake up, Tony. Austin and Tony Jr., wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Tony calling from Wilmington, North Carolina, calling to wake up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Des Moines, Iowa, what up, y'all? Cause we gon' let them know. Let them know we Richmond, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Hey, Tulsa, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Flint, wake up. In Toledo, wake up. Des Moines, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all, appreciate that, Brad.
Welcome,
all right, y'all, the debate went down last night, and author and political commentator Clay Kane is going to be joining us. Up next, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Vice President Kamala Harris faced former President Donald Trump in that first debate. And joining us this morning with some of the post-debate feedback is New York Times bestselling author, political commentator, and radio talk show host Clay Kane. Good morning, man.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, thank you so much. So, Clay, the entire media world is buzzing this morning with the commentary on Harris and Trump debate last night. What was your first takeaway on what we all watched?
So let me say this. I've been covering politics for years, and I know pundits say debates don't have an impact. But if debates matter in any way, Trump officially lost the election last night. Kamala Harris delivered the best debate performance I've seen in televised history. I've never seen someone get mollywopped the way Trump did last night. From the minute she walked on the stage and shook his hand, when he didn't want to shake her hand, Trump was psychopathic. He was unpatriotic. He was a low-budget 1980s mafia boss on his last leg. From a history perspective, this debate is going to be studied. And I'm not saying the election is over. We have work to do. We got to register to vote. But Kamala Harris last night, categorically, was a winner.
And Clay, I want to jump on that, what you just mentioned about, because I was saying that as well, that when she first walked out, I think that was a mental power move. They have another word for it, a mind blank. But I think that what she did was she established the fact that she's not intimidated by him. She entered into his personal space the same way that he did with Hillary Clinton, famously, and she introduced herself. because he's been saying for the last few weeks, nobody knows who she is. Nobody knows who she is. And I think that was a move on her part. Yeah, basically. I'm glad you said that and not me.
Yo, it was masterful.
And it was calculated.
It was calculated. And that's what you got to do with Trump. And did you notice that he never even looked into the camera, not once. He never even looked at her, not once. He never talked to the American people. He had no plan. It was the way, every way that she executed that debate, it was just flawless. And I got to say this really quickly. The best part for me, honestly, was she finally prosecuted the case on Trump and the economy. Democrats have failed to break down how it was Trump that ruined the economy. Trump destroyed America's economy faster than he ruined Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I was born in Atlantic City. Trump ruined the economy in one term. It took President Bush 2 terms to ruin the economy. But Kamala Harris finally broke that down. Inflation, it's because of Trump. Price gouging because of Trump. She laid down the law every step of the way. I'm telling you, this is going to go down in history. And she exceeded my expectations. And sadly, we all know this. The bar was higher for her. And she came in and she showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they need to debate. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think she needs to debate him again. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I agree with you. I think that she's shown that she is a leader. And I got to also say this, too, just respectfully. It was so great to finally see Trump get fact-checked by somebody. Shout out to Lindsey Davis. The minute I saw her rocking those shoulder pads, I knew she came in for business. I knew that she was not going to have any nonsense. Baby, I ain't seen shoulder pads like that since V. Arthur and the Golden Girls. Lindsey Davis, baby girl, thank you. Lindsey,
so Clay, I have
thank you.
That's crazy. Clay, I have a question as well. Kamala Harris mentioned during the debate about how she has the support of 200 Republicans, many former Republicans that worked for Trump. What are you hearing the Republicans are saying about Donald Trump's performance last night? Because I'm sure they're concerned as well.
Yeah, they are concerned. This is a really good point. I mean, Trump, I don't know if you saw this. You didn't miss anything. Trump was on Fox News this morning having a neurological breakdown. Listen, even people like Lindsey Graham, South Carolina senator, they have to all concede that he was a complete disaster. I think Trump is shaking in his boots. I think that it's clear that he is weak, he is feeble, he is unhinged. I mean, some of the talking points, the narrative, the racist narrative about eating cats and dogs, bringing up the Central Park Five. Can we just look at that for a minute? He is still saying the Central Park Five is guilty in 2024. How can to be frank, any black person in America stand by this man who is making disgusting comments about the wrongfully convicted? So I'm hearing from the GOP that they're worried he was a failure. But if I can also add really quick, Sexy Red, Waka Flocka, Amber Rose, all the clowns who have lined up to embarrass themselves for Trump, who won't even know your names when your careers fade. It's time to get some common sense. Stop spreading misinformation and embarrassing yourself for a man who couldn't care less about you or the communities you claim to represent.
Wow.
You said that.
Wow. Can you add anything? Because I can go all day on this. I just
Lindsey Graham, Senator Lindsey Graham, he gives a brutal one-word take on the Trump debate performance as a disaster. Michael Steele said that he was a PO'd bigot on the stage with a woman that he can't control. The Drudge Report declared this may be the end for Trump after this debate with Kamala Harris. Dan Abrams, when you're complaining about the refs, Trump, you know you're in trouble. I mean, he is being, this thing is being...
To the point where he was in the spin room himself.
Yeah, yes. Even Fox News, Britt Hume said Trump has a bad night. Harris debated him successfully. I mean,
I also think that it's very obvious that, the narcissism kicked in because... there's no way that Republicans in his camp could have prepared him for that debate and him not do what he was told to do. I feel like he totally went off script and it was all about himself, and it was pretty obvious. So it's mind-blowing to me how people still feel so confident supporting him, especially after last night's debate performance.
But let's just say, vote for who you want to vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure enough, if that's the case. But I got to also say, the moment that HBCU grad did the shots fired, when she insulted his rallies, y'all, I stood up in my apartment and I said, you got him. Because he's a narcissist. He doesn't care about policies. He doesn't care about price gouging. He doesn't care about healthcare infrastructure. When she insulted his precious rallies, unhinged Trump was unlocked. And I got to say this, he just didn't know how to deal with a successful, brilliant, experienced black woman, Howard University grad. And the way she also handled the disgusting comments he's made about racial identity. A man who lied, according to his own book, and said he was Swedish because he wanted to be able to rent to people who were Jewish versus saying was German. It was great the way she handled that. I am so proud of Vice President Kamala Harris. And thank you, Rickey Smiley, for the amazing interview you did with her. I think, listen, we got to do the work. We got to be aware. There will always be outliers. Right. There will always be people who fall for the foolishness. But we saw who the president should be.
Absolutely. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Clay Kane, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Thank you, Clay. Hey, Black Tony, you feeling that mix?
Hey, that milk was fire, boy. Hey, that milk was fire, boy.
Hey, John, you gave you some props, John.
Hey, John, boy, you did that, Miss. Boy, you did that, boy.
I appreciate you not being a hater for the first time in your life.
Nah, sometimes you be getting down, but I'm gonna give it to you. I ain't gonna hate on you, boy. I mean, I don't like you, but you did that, boy.
Hey, I told you, boy. Compliments. Why you ain't at work today? Why you not? You calling in?
I'm on my way, son. I'm coming back from. Pancake had found a gas station that got gas for $2.46 a gallon, boy.
Wait, what gas going for now?
It's like $3 or something where we live, but it's like $2.46, and he had told me about it, so we drove up here to fill up my tank in Greenville, South Carolina. We on our way back now.
Wait a minute. So
we on the highway right now.
Y'all went all the way to Greenville, South Carolina. What gas station in Greenville got it? What you said, 240 what?
It's 246 for regular.
All right, what gas station was that?
I don't want to tell nobody. Everybody gonna try to come up here. It only took us like an hour and like 2 hours to drive up though.
That mathematically don't make sense.
Where you gonna get gas for $2.46? Where you gonna get that at?
So y'all went up there. You gonna burn all the gas up driving back to Atlanta?
But I filled it up though.
Oh, so you saying what you saying?
So if I burn it all up, I go back up there and get some more. What you saying, Shawty?
You gonna be going back and forth for the rest of the year?
Huh?
Black Tony, it don't make sense. You gonna waste the gas the money that you saving on the gas. You wasting it by driving 2 hours away.
Okay, but Shawty, that's not the point. The point is, I got gas for $2.46, filled up my whole tank for $27. Now, what dumb about that? What dumb about that? Since you so smart, what dumb about that, big dog?
Okay, you got to drive. All the gas gonna be gone by the time you get back to Atlanta.
And I'm gonna go back and get some more gas, but they ran out of gas.
But Black Tony, you got to buy gas in Atlanta at the rate it is now to get back to Greenville to get the gas for $2.46.
Yeah, but when I get back up, I'm still gonna get the same cheap gas, and it might be lesser than that. It might be down to $2.42 or something like that. And I'm still gonna be filling up my gas tank for $27 while you filling up your gas tank for $40 some. So what dumb about that, boy?
Jalan, can you break it down? Because Jalan, you was an engineer major in college. Can you break down tell Black Tony what I'm trying to say? Explain it to him, John.
Yo, to break it down, Tony is just an idiot.
You said you wanted to be a professional basketball player. What teams have you played for, Eric?
Well, my first year, I played in...
Eric is now stuck on the letter M.
Played him.
He desperately tries to break the cycle.
I had played him. My first year, I played him.
Man, y'all need to stop. This is now Eric's fourth attempt.
I can't get it out right now.
Bro, I'm so glad I ain't had that damn interview. Oh, God. Man, listen. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, time right now is 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. We got some breaking news, some breaking sad news is about to turn us upside down on this September the 11th. After the debate, we got Roland Martin on this morning. Roland, good morning.
Rickey Smiley, good morning.
Hey, man, happy to have you, man. We've been texting. I woke up this morning. I thought you was actually texting me about something about the debate, but you have breaking news. We'll let you break it.
Ricky, it is with sad news that I have to report that legendary, iconic singer Frankie Beverly is now an ancestor. Just moments ago, the family of Frankie Beverly Mays posted this statement on his Instagram page. Grieving the loss of a loved one is deeply personal and emotional experience. During this time, as we are navigating feelings of sorrow, reflection, and remembrance, we kindly ask for privacy and understanding, allowing us the space to grieve in our own way. This period is one of healing, and your respect for our need for solitude is appreciated as we honor the memory of our beloved Howard Stanley Beverly, known to the world as Frankie Beverly. He lived his life with pure soul, as one would say, and for us, no one did it better. He lived for his music, family, and friends. Love one another as he would want that for us all. Howard Stanley Beverly, a.k.a. Frankie Beverly, 12-6-46, 9-10-24, the Beverly family. This was posted 6 minutes ago on his Instagram page. Frankie Beverly, of course, who just completed his final tour, is now an ancestor.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That's, Frankie Beverly is an institution in the black community. He is our family reunion. He was our childhood. He is our uncle. Wow.
Yeah, he not only made music that sounded good but felt good. You know, you could feel the energy of happy feelings. You could feel the energy of We Are One. I mean, he was a unifier, an amazing artist, and what an incredible legacy that he leaves behind. Much respect going out to him.
Man. So much going on.
Indeed. And let me tell you something. I traveled to St. Louis a few months ago to see Frankie, the OJs, and the Whispers perform. Frankie was wearing a Mays shirt that said "Vote." Remember, in 2020, Frankie Beverly endorsed Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris for president. He was a very astute brother. Over the years, we often talked. People might remember in December 2017, we aired a 1-hour special, my interview with Frankie Beverly. We talked about, again, the history, it's just for so many people. It is sad. And check this out, 2010, and I was going over, because I've known for several hours, I was going over my archives, and I found the interview that I did with Mays. People don't realize this. The first major award Mays ever received was a trumpet award in 2010. And I interviewed them backstage, and I actually was standing backstage when they were on stage. And they were all in tears. They had never, all of these years, iconic music, stunning music, they had never gotten, this was before the BET Awards, This is before they had never gotten a Grammy. They had never gotten a Soul Train Music Award. And Frankie and those guys, Rome, and all of those guys were moved to tears that their music has finally been recognized with the Trumpet Award. And so we're going to play that video on Roland Martin Unfiltered on the Black Star Network. So many other, I've got photos and videos backstage from the Tom Joyner Fantastic Voyage cruise. You name it. And then there's another video of Frankie. We were on the cruise, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and the DJ played, I think it was Before I Let Go, and Frankie came over, and he and I sang and danced to that song with the crowd. It was an amazing, he was a beloved figure for so many different people. Maze, of course, they were just really discovered by Marvin Gaye. He made them change their original name to Maze. They were from Philadelphia, of course, legends in the Bay Area. He passed away in the Bay Area, and so it is going to be a tough morning, a tough day for a lot of music fans to know that Frankie Beverly is now an ancestor.
Yeah, Roland, I had a wonderful opportunity of opening up and doing shows with them back in the day, and I just remember how nice and how kind he was. Gary, if you don't mind, we're gonna just do this Frankie Beverly.
Oh
mix.
No,
we gonna just celebrate him, and I just hope everybody just reminisce. Everybody remember the time when you went to a Frankie Beverly and Maze concert, being out there at whatever festival you was at, and the sun was shining, and everybody had on their all white or whatever. That's why we have to thank God for moments like that when you just get an opportunity. That's my whole childhood. My mom would have that doggone speaker and had a speaker running all the way out to the front porch, and they would sit out there and play Frankie Beverly and Maze all day while we played out there in the yard, living in the projects, and we really thought we was rich. Whatever. The best days of my life, the Live from New Orleans album, my mama played it all the time, and I know every single one of those songs or whatever. My kids love. I'm talking about generations, like grandkids. My grandson in the car singing Before I Let Go and know all the words, and just how he reached so many generations. Are we able to start play a little bit of that mix now? Hey, Roland, thank you. Let everybody know how you could be reached so we could get more information.
Of course, folks, you can just follow me on social media, but also we're going to be on Roland Martin Unfiltered, 6 p.m. Eastern, for a 2-hour tribute to Frankie. We're going to show you exclusive photos and videos. Get the Black Star Network app. Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And so we're going to do right and remember Frankie. And remember, pray for Rome is the last surviving founder of Maze. They were together 50-plus years. And so pray for him, pray for the family. I've known Frankie's partner, Pam Moore, through NABJ for 35 years. So it's tough for them because, again, he just retired. He just retired, and now he takes his eternal rest. Frankie Beverly is now an ancestor at the age of 77.
Ricky, let me say this too quickly. I happened to meet Frankie this year at the TV One Awards. I met him this year. He was backstage with us, and it was nice meeting him. And we loved Frankie Beverly in Port Arthur, honey. They played all his songs, swing out songs in Port Arthur, and that's why I learned to love his music.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now is 26 minutes after the hour, y'all. We just announced previously, if you're just waking up, the passing of Frankie Beverly. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to do a special mix that everybody can enjoy coming up later in the show. But last night, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris faced off in a heated debate last night, arguing over immigration, abortion, Israel, and the economy. Here are some of the highlights everybody's talking about.
Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences. like Run Spot Run.
Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, "I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black." Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm
I
asking.
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black.
Vice President Harris, your thoughts on this?
I mean, honestly, I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people.
And look at what's happening to the towns all over. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that. And clearly he is having a very difficult time processing that. But we cannot afford to have a president of the United States who attempts, as he did in the past, to upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election.
Her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Oh, wow. What a serious contrast. Special K, what are your thoughts from last night? And we also have attorney Glennon Threet on the phone with us this morning. But Kay, let's go to you first. Your thoughts.
I think she successfully used her prosecutorial skills to successfully prosecute the case about why he's not fit to be the president and why she should be given the opportunity. I mean, she left no room for doubt, in my opinion, that she was well prepared. She had facts over feelings. She had concise answers to the questions. She kept her composure. She showed that she was in charge of her emotions. I mean, for me, if it had been a fight, they would have stopped it in the 5th round.
And Maria, feel free to jump in on this. I'm gonna let Glennon, are you there?
I'm here, Ricky. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Now this is our big brother and mentor. Been one of my mentors for over 20 years. Glennon, what are your thoughts?
I thought that it was a decisive win by the vice president, and most importantly, she won on the issue of appearing presidential. I think she's always had an advantage of him on policy because some of his policy positions are just ridiculous. But I think that she appeared to be presidential from the moment when she forced him to shake her hand.
Yeah, I also, looking at some of how some of the media is recapping the debate last night, there were also a few moments in which Kamala Harris had to be fact-checked, specifically on abortion, how she said that if Trump were elected, he would institute a nationwide abortion ban, and that's not true. He said that he would leave it up to the states. I think that there were some opportunities there for Donald Trump to step in areas where Kamala Harris is weak, just to provide some balance to this conversation. But he did not really take advantage of those opportunities. What are some of your thoughts on any missteps that Kamala Harris may have taken last night?
Well, I think she missed on the opportunity, again, to dress him down on the immigration issue. I also think that she should have responded more forcefully to his comments about the eating of children, about the eating of cats and dogs, because I think that the issue with that is to make certain that the public realizes that what he's trying to do is to use knowingly false information to sway the election, and he doesn't even care about the truth of it. All he wants to do is to appeal to people's emotions with lies. Well, and I think that the heart of that is that he is using lies to change the image of the American presidency, and that she should have brought that out.
Well, Glennon, to follow up on that point, I think what he was trying to do with the whole they're eating the cats and dogs thing was to dehumanize illegal immigrants and make them seem as if they're, less than human, like they're savages. I mean, he wanted to kind of, because that was a running theme last night. He kept going back to illegal immigrants and how horrible they are and how awful and how much they're just vicious and they're bringing crime and they're destroying the country. I mean, that was a running theme with him, and I think he said that to dehumanize people.
And by that, them being minorities, that kind of shows the way he feel about black people too, in my opinion.
Yep.
I agree, but the point that I was making is that she should have pointed out that Trump has a history of using obviously false information to try to sway the public. Going back to the birther issue, the Central Park Five, he has no problem with using stuff that uses the validity of the election. He has no problem using information that everybody in the world knows is false to try and sway the opinion of the American public, and it's unfortunate that it's worked.
Glennon, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on black men who are just adamant about their support of Donald Trump, even after seeing last night's debate. I still see so many black men saying that Kamala is not for them and that they're going to vote for Don. They
were saying that last night, Maria?
I got to send you a link. There is a whole Zoom call with black men for Trump. And these are like these, pro-black.
I mean, you could be who you want to be for. This is the whole Umar Johnson and all that whole FBA movement. You can be for whoever you want to be for. My question is, I want one of these men to answer for me directly. What is in it for you to support somebody like that? What's in it for you? I'm not saying you can't support him, but I'm saying what's in it for you?
It's truly emotional, in my view.
Right.
Because they are supporting him because they're agreeing with his misogyny, and they have low self-esteem if they're black because they're supporting a known racist. I can't understand it. Maybe they're just being contrarian or just idiots.
Yeah,
how a black person could support Donald Trump because if you listen to him, he's an obvious racist and misogynist. When on the abortion issue, for instance, it's clear that Kamala Harris is talking about the right of a woman to control her body. There is no law that allows the government to control what a man does with his body. That's an issue of misogyny, and Donald Trump never talks about the woman's right to control her own body. All he talks about is these horrific stories of people executing born children, and that's like again an example of where he uses obviously false information to try to win the debate.
Glennon, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. My sister just texted me. She said, jamming, but definitely going to miss Frankie Beverly. We grew up there. I have one sister, and my mom played this stuff on the front porch every single day in the summer. It was the best childhood of all time. Just hearing this music just bring back so many memories. A special case, every summer somebody would steal a grocery cart from the grocery store and it'd be on the sidewalk and we would jump in the basket and push, and you could hear that maze. And I just remember us in that damn grocery cart. That was our go-kart. That was our moped. Yeah. And you could hear that, Frankie. Your mama would take that big wooden house speaker and run a line and sit that whole speaker on the porch. You can hear it on the entire row. I'm talking about like 908B 44th Place North, Birmingham, Alabama, 35212. Man, I'll never forget the best childhood of all time. What was your favorite Frankie Beverly memory? Good morning.
My memory was partying with Frankie with the all-white. You didn't come to sit down, you came to get down, and there was never a dull moment. You were always on your feet when it came to Frankie and his concerts, and he's truly going to be missed. Rest in paradise, Frankie. We love you.
My favorite memory of Frankie Beverly was, of course, growing up with him. But when times were hard, I would go and sit on the beach, and I would play Golden Time of the Day. Just a lot of his great hits got me through some rough times in my life, so he will greatly be missed.
I actually saw him at the 100 Black Men Gala event in Louisville, Kentucky during Derby Week, and we were able to make it up towards the stage. It was a smaller, more intimate event, and he actually sang to me. I held my hand out, he grabbed my hand, and he sang to me, and I will never forget that. It will be my cherished memory forever.
My first concert I saw Frankie Beverly was at the Fox Theater in St. Louis, Missouri. It was awesome. I loved the man. All of his music was a hit, and just had that swag about him. Love him and his music, and I will always play his music. So rest in peace, Frankie.
Yeah, remember I was at his concert and he was getting ready to leave and he sung his song, I Want to Thank You. And he had a water bottle and he asked me to hold it for him, and I still have that water bottle to this day. This is Benny Ray Polk from.
Mine is just attending the concert. If you're 10 and under, unless you're 10 and under, you should have gone to any of his concerts. If you missed a chance to do that, you missed out. And I think the best song is I Want to Thank You.
Yes, this is Solomon. My favorite Frankie Beverly memory is riding around with my dad listening to Frankie Beverly, and now I listen to it with my son.
I would have to say, every time, this is Cena, and every time he came to Columbus, Ohio, I went to his show, and he was the kind of entertainer that connected with his audience, male and female, and I just enjoyed his music so much, and my favorite song would have to be Joy and Pain.
Hey, you know what? Instead of doing the front page this morning, we're gonna take some more calls, man, because I just want to. I think we should let Rita Brent come on because she didn't get to come on and do Fix It Jesus Money. We're gonna have her come on and talk about what Frankie Beverly meant to her, and just I just want more phone calls because, man, this man was an institution,
right,
in the black community. He was like what Ben's Chili Bowl is to DC, what Green Acres is to Birmingham, what Busy Bee is to Atlanta. An institution embedded deep down in your blood vessels. Frankie Beverly, we all are Frankie Beverly in Mays, and I definitely doing the front page. I'm not, without getting emotional, Gary, we're gonna play I Want to Thank You. You know, but right now we're gonna play the live version.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
26 minutes after the hour, y'all. Front page right here. The front page is the passing of Frankie Beverly, the lead singer of Frankie Beverly and Mays, who meant so much to, I can say, the black community. He was to us what Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac is to white folks. So when you know, he would sell out shows all over the country. He is our childhood. He is our music. He is our electric slide. He is our family reunion. Frankie Beverly meant so much to all of us. We got comedian Rita Brent on with us this morning. Rita, in your own way, what did Frankie Beverly mean to you?
Oh, man, Rick. So I remember being introduced to him as a youngster. I was like 18 and I was playing drums in the band. And the first time I heard Happy Feelings, I was like, what is this music? What is this song? It just made me feel so peaceful on the inside. And I think it really changed my life to be exposed to music like that at a young age, because I got an idea of how music is supposed to sound. It can be pure. It can make you feel good on the inside. And Frankie Beverly came to Jackson, Mississippi some years back, and I got to host his concert. And man, it was just like you felt like you were just in his family. He was just chilling. He had his all white on, and it just makes you feel good. So his music is going to live on for just a very long time, and he really has blessed us over the years with timeless music. It's been amazing to witness.
Yeah, Rita, when I was in the 9th grade, a band director, I was my freshman year at Hayes High School. Band director came over from Phillips High School. He was the assistant band director at Phillips High School. He still be around Birmingham. That man came in there and taught us love is the key.
Ooh.
And I just remember Charles Grant over there on the trumpet, because the first chair trumpets had the melody. And I just remember the percussion, dun dun digga 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 dun 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 dun, and that was my first like band love is the key experience, all the way down to the cymbals. When I tell you, man, we played that tuba, that boom 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 boom. I remember the parts to this day. And that band taught us love is the key, and turned around and walked out of that damn band room. And my band director, who also was my parents' band director at the same high school, he's still living, Willie James Smith. We called him Boss. And man, they taught us love is the key, man. And I tell you, man, that was one of the most memorable things. I was already a fan, but I really was a fan to be able to play his music, you know, as a young musician. This is a somber day. It's September the 11th. Can't even fully talk about the debate that happened. We'll jump back on the debate tomorrow, but we got some phone calls right here. What did Frankie Beverly mean to you? Good morning.
Yes, I went to see him at Chenault Park in Monroe, Montana, and tell me everybody knew every word to every song that he was singing. And I think my favorite song is We Are One.
We as one, and especially when they redid that California Love. Oh, my God. The man's a legend. He would never be forgot.
I went to see him in Daytona. My name is Lynn. I'm from Florida. I went to see him in Daytona, and I got to meet him backstage and take pictures with him. And we never sat down throughout the entire show.
Just learning how to identify love language. And so for my experience of just growing up and just trying to figure out how I should receive love, Frankie Beverly music made it so clear to me.
Happy feelings, Frankie Beverly. I am so sorry for his loss. Thank you, Rickey Smiley and the Morning Show, for saluting him today. This is Patricia Sanders from St. Louis, Missouri.
My favorite Frankie Beverly memory is walking home from school, and from afar I can see my Uncle Johnny's vehicle there, my cousin Daniel, Aunt Gloria. As soon as I walk through the door, I can hear them in the kitchen playing spades. They was frying fish, cooking fried corn, sweet potatoes. They was displaying love, and they was playing Happy Feelings. Every time I play that song, I tear up. I remember those precious memories of families coming together, showing love, loving one another.
My favorite memory is him singing I Want to Thank You in Atlanta, Georgia at the last farewell concert. My name is Erica Haynes, and I'm from Albany, Georgia.
It's a memory that I had wanted to see him perform, and I got a good picture of him because I was on the front row, and I still have that picture there. And one of my favorite songs, though, from him is I Want to Thank You. I'm a little emotional right now, but...
Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Brett.
Yeah.
Come on, got one for you right here. In your own way, Brett.
Man, I must say that my godmother, Helen Wooten, was, and she passed away a couple years ago. She introduced me to the music industry. And Frankie Beverly's concert was like the first concert I had ever been to, because my grandmother, I grew up in church, so I couldn't really go to that stuff. So she took me to my first concert, and I got to see Frankie Beverly perform, and the people, how they went crazy for him. And I got to sit on the instrumentation. I got to sit for the rehearsals and the sound checks, and I ran around with my pass. That was my first backstage pass, so I got to hang out with Philip Wu, the Asian musician, and I just sat in on their jam sessions and stuff, and it was amazing. He was a legend, and he will be missed, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity to be around such musicality, you know.
Well, Brett, here's to remind me of, man, when my grandmama boyfriend got drunk and called her a funky bitch. Here's Frankie Beverly. I want to thank you. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.